Wealth is often perceived merely as physical currency to acquire material possessions, but its essence is much deeper. Wealth is a powerful spiritual energy. We can consider money as a kind of magic wand that can turn many of our desires into reality during our journey through the world. However, it is important not to idolize money and place it on a pedestal. We must be aware that the money we receive is the result, but not the underlying cause of its origin. Its source comes from the universe, the absolute, and through our being, our spirit, it is channeled to provide us with everything we need or desire on the physical plane. Money is not intrinsically good or bad. It is how you use it that will determine its condition. Money is a form of energy that can influence your world and circumstances. Therefore, it can be considered a magical tool. Think about this. Through money, you have the ability to travel to the other side of the world, to experience transcendent moments like skydiving and seeing the world from a bird's-eye view, to heal illnesses, to provide food or a home for your family, or to acquire books to enrich your spirit. Possessing a substantial amount of money opens up endless possibilities. When we recognize economic wealth as an abundant divine flow, we can resonate with its vibrational nature and harness it consciously. In this video, we will explore a renewed approach to understanding money. More than just bills or numbers on a screen, we will see it as a flow of positive energy. We will analyze how our limiting beliefs about money directly influence the amount we receive, and how changing them can positively impact our economic abundance. Additionally, we will explore some powerful practices that have the potential to completely transform our relationship with money, allowing it to flow abundantly and with less effort in our lives. Money as energy. First and foremost, it is crucial to understand that money is energy. We often make a distinction between the material and the spiritual, between the solid and the ethereal, considering them as separate and isolated entities. However, this is incorrect. Any material object, no matter how solid it may seem, is ultimately energy. Remember that everything is energy. Matter is simply energy vibrating at a lower frequency, allowing it to be perceived as something solid and perceptible by our senses. Paper bills and metal coins are just dense expressions of a more subtle financial energy flow. They act as vehicles to direct and materialize this flow, but they are not the flow itself. Just as love can be expressed in countless ways beyond hugs or caresses, prosperity manifests in many forms, including checks, stocks, investments, properties, and objects, which can provide us with security, well-being, experiences, and something very valuable: freedom. We should not limit abundance only to its grossest physical representation. Start seeing wealth as an energetic stream flowing through your life. You temporarily exchange portions of this intangible energy flow. It is up to you to be a conduit for that energy to flow abundantly and unrestrictedly, or to become an obstacle that it must avoid. Open yourself to receiving and directing this abundance of vibrant energy. The universe operates in infinite abundance. Scarcity and lack only arise from our limited perceptions. Just as the famous phrase goes, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be changed from one form to another. The same applies to money, as its essence is energy. Energy that constantly flows around you and through you. There is enough financial flow to sustain us all on this planet. Believing otherwise is solely a limiting belief, and until it is removed from your mind, money will not flow easily. Limiting beliefs. It is important to recognize that the main barrier between us and abundance arises from a vibrational imbalance. There is no real scarcity, only the perception of it in your consciousness. The universe will reflect any fundamental belief you have about abundance, whether positive or negative. Since abundance is energy, you naturally attract it by resonating at its frequency. But most people tune in more to the frequency of scarcity and the feeling of not having enough than to its authentic, intangible, and abundant divine flow. This mismatch causes struggles and shortages. How we handle money reflects our state of consciousness. The fact that it does not flow in the abundance we desire is a reflection of our limiting beliefs, our self-esteem, and our perception of ourselves. In our society, money is often associated with problems. Problems when there is not enough, logically, but also when there is an abundance. Rich people are often seen as controversial and often negative figures. We have been repeatedly taught that the formula for achieving prosperity involves a considerable dose of sacrifice, tireless work, and unlimited dedication. We have been painted a scenario where, after years of excessive effort, we may secure a home and, if luck smiles upon us, allow ourselves a few scarce annual vacations. Although the merit of hard work is undeniable and deserving of admiration, it does not represent the only path to financial success. It is imperative to understand that our time and energy on this earthly plane are finite resources. As conscious beings, we must learn to manage them with intelligence and discernment. Often, we will make much more progress if we direct that effort inward, rather than focusing exclusively on external work. Often, we carry prejudices and constraints regarding money. We convince ourselves that wealth accumulation inevitably involves exploiting others, either through labor coercion or engaging in morally dubious practices. We look suspiciously at those who possess great fortunes, such as ruthless corporate leaders, assuming that their wealth is nourished by others' exploitation, or individuals who thrive through criminal activities, corrupt politicians. This association between abundance and ethically questionable behaviors generates a subconscious aversion to opulence in us, obstructing its flow into our lives. This internal conflict acts as a barrier to abundance, as we fear that possessing money will corrupt us and make us selfish. Frequently, it is the same power elites who instill these beliefs in us through the media or entertainment. They program our minds and immerse us in low vibrational states, not by chance, but with the purpose of keeping us trapped in scarcity and economic dependence, vibrating in fear and lack. Because an empowered person with good finances is harder to control. Also, much of our negative perceptions about money originate in the family environment. Witnessing how money generates conflicts or tensions at home, we may have internalized adverse feelings towards it. We have all witnessed families falling apart due to monetary issues, such as siblings who, after an inheritance, end up at odds, among other similar situations. Therefore, it is crucial to change our beliefs, both conscious and unconscious, about money and our relationship with it. Make peace with money. There are multi-millionaires and successful individuals who are incredibly generous and have contributed significantly to societal progress. They have left a positive mark on the world, and as a result, the universe has granted them wealth. It is an exchange of energy. The more you contribute and impact with your actions, the greater the reward you receive. This contribution can manifest physically, such as when you dedicate your energy through your physical work, but it can also be of a mental or spiritual nature. There are people, like writers, thinkers, scientists, musicians, who have generated substantial income with the content of their minds, with the energetic creations emanating from their being, from their soul. This is nothing but an alchemical transmutation, from the idea, from the subtle, it has materialized into its denser energy in the form of money or material possessions. Imagine a writer whose self-help book impacts and improves the lives of millions of people. As expected, the impact he has had on thousands or millions of lives is reflected in his own life through an abundant flow of money. This money is nothing more than energy flowing in two directions. It arises from his being as a result of channeling his own inner wisdom, a wisdom that you also possess, and delivers it to the universe in the form of a book. In return, millions of people return part of their energy to him, obtained in turn from the fruit of their own work in the form of money. It is a bidirectional and fractal process reflecting the very functioning of the universe. As above, so below. As within, so without. Start seeing abundance as a gift from the universe that arises from the value you provide to the world. Instead of working solely for compensation, enthusiastically embrace channeling your unique talents into meaningful service that makes a difference. When your work arises from purpose and passion, you open the floodgates to flow. Your actions raise your vibration to synchronize with the exalted frequency of abundance as sacred energy of the divine. This enormous shift in perspective quickly attracts financial abundance to you. Reprogram your beliefs by tracing wealth to its higher octave. Look at it as the light flowing towards you from the cosmos through valves opened by purpose-driven actions. See it as the flow financing your inspired and inspiring dreams. Align with the spiritual essence of abundance. At its highest level, wealth propels evolution, physically through scientific research, medicine, technology, and education, emotionally through consciousness-expanding experiences, and spiritually by financing paths to expansion and enlightenment. Reprogram your mind. Now let's explore some practices you can apply to reprogram your mind to receive abundance. Visualize money as an external entity, a kind of conscious being with which you can interact and engage in a conversation. If you want to improve your economic aspects, an exercise you can do is to write a letter. It could start like this: Dear money. And then write what you think of it, why you need it, what you need it for, and very importantly, show your gratitude for being part of your life and serving you in your projects and in your daily life. As you write it, feel that it is very present in your life. Feel it as a companion and friend supporting you in each of your goals and experiences. Keep the feeling and assume that it comes into your life abundantly. Once you finish writing the letter, fold it and keep it with you. If you need a specific amount, you can ask for it in the letter. Be specific if necessary. Carry it with you in your wallet, and when you remember, read it again, experiencing the sensation I described before, the feeling of abundance, and assuming that money is already in your hands. This practice, besides being a magical and energetic exploration, has an important psychological component. By doing it, many patterns residing in your unconscious will come to light, and you will be able to observe them. You may notice if there is any resistance or resentment towards this friend, money, with whom you are interacting. If so, try to reconcile with it. Note that perhaps its absence in times of need was due to your own beliefs that pushed it away from you. Beliefs like the feeling of lack and scarcity, your lack of worthiness, or lack of gratitude for what you already have. Cultivating gratitude for every positive aspect of your existence, whether large or small, brings immense benefits. By doing so, you shift your focus from what you lack and the associated discomfort to everything you already possess. You focus on the blessings surrounding you, which fills you with well-being and joy. This, furthermore, raises your vibration to attract even more. When you feel grateful for the things you have in your life, for the experiences you have lived thanks to money, The universe understands that you are vibrating at the same frequency of abundance and, by resonance, attracts more of it into your life. Often, people tend to focus more on what they lack or desire to obtain, rather than appreciating and being grateful for what they already have in their lives. This mindset has the effect of obstructing the natural flow of abundance from the universe to you. Think about this. When someone gives you something and you do not express gratitude, that person might interpret that what they gave you was not well received, that you do not value it, or that you are ungrateful for their gesture. As a result, you may not receive anything else from them in the future. This also applies to the universe. When it gives you something and you do not thank it enough, but focus on what you believe you lack, it interprets that you do not want or value enough what it gives you, with which you will remain stuck in what you have focused on, scarcity. It's all about vibrating at the same frequency. The microcosm and the macrocosm function similarly. That's why gratitude is so important. Its vibration is one of the highest you can experience. When you practice gratitude, more things to be grateful for will come into your life. Abundance is not necessarily tied to money. Everything in this universe fluctuates. If we evaluate our happiness based on the balance in our bank account, we may not always be satisfied. Instead of seeing money as an accumulation of figures, we should consider it as a flow of energy that fluctuates. Let's focus on raising our vibration and finding satisfaction in the present moment. This way, money will naturally flow towards us. By having noble goals and purposes and vibrating in harmony with them, we will attract what we desire into our lives. If money is necessary to achieve those goals, it will come as a result of our elevated vibrational state and our alignment with our objectives. Trust in its unlimited supply that supports and guides your growth, always from consciousness, and accepting the present moment with humility and gratitude, but also with the wisdom and certainty of the unlimited greatness that resides within you.